Welcome inside the Canucks locker room for our post-game show brought to you by the BC Securities Commission following a wild one tonight here at Rogers Arena, a 5-4 shootout defeat by the Pittsburgh Penguins over the Canucks. And on a night like this, you'll want to hear from the team leader, and we go right away to Captain Henrik Sedin.
We've kind of had this a few times with a few of these late leads getting away from you. Just how difficult is this one?
Well, I mean, you're up by 2 with a minute 20 left. It's happened way too many times. We should have at least 5 or 6 more points right now. But this is where we're at, and we take a look at it and see what we're doing wrong.
5th straight loss. Is this team a little fragile in those situations?
I don't think so. I think we played a good third period, and it's just there's been some bad bounces where it's not like we don't know what to do, or guys are trying to block shots. So I don't think it's fragile. I thought we played a good game tonight against a great team, and we should have won a game.
No, you haven't taken any face-offs today. I mean, how limited are you right now?
Not too bad. It's okay.
How tough is it? 6 weeks ago we wondered about the offense. You score 4 goals and lose a hockey game. That's not the way it's supposed to go.
No, but again, I mean, we gave up 2 goals against maybe the best offensive team in the league over 59 minutes. That's good. But then again, we can't hold on to leads, and that hurts. Because like I said, we should have had 5 or 6 more points and be up with the top teams in the West.
What do you think it is?
Captain Henrik Sedin following the shootout loss tonight to the Pittsburgh Penguins. We now go to goaltender Eddie Lack, who was rock solid tonight. I can't fault him in the shootout defeat here to the Pens.
This one, how difficult was it to lose this one that late?
Well, it kind of feels like we're talking about the same thing all the time, and we gave up 2 late ones this time, and it's up to me to make those saves too, and it's just something we got to work on.
The third goal, the one from Letang, did you get a clean look?
No, I actually didn't see it at all, and I don't know if it touched me or if it went straight in, but yeah.
You mentioned that we're talking about this a lot. I mean, what is it about this team right now? I mean, is it kind of fragile right now when you get into those situations, not so much confidence?
I feel like when we're in it, it actually feels good, and then today when they got their third one, I don't know if we're panicking or not, but I think we're kind of getting a bad bounce on the 4th one. I don't really know what happened, and then we gave the best player in the world open net, and with a minute to go, that can't really happen.
What about your second period, Eddie? You were very busy coming up with some big saves to keep your team in it.
Yeah, well, when it was 2-0, I kind of figured that if I let another one in, it's going to be tough to come back. So focused extra to shut the door there, and too bad I couldn't do that the last minute.
Goaltender Eddie Lack following tonight's shootout defeat here to the Pittsburgh Penguins. We're going to go across the room and catch up with defenseman Kevin Bieksa here in our post-game show brought to you by the BC Securities Commission.
First one under your belt and get the next one and gain some confidence that way. But right now we're not doing a good enough job.
I think you're a fragile team right now in any respect.
Well, I don't know about fragile, but when you get scored on this many times in the last minute of the game, 2 tonight, and it doesn't feel good. It's in the back of your mind. I'm not too worried. I think we'll get out of it, but at the same time, these are points that we need.
It's been a few games, Kev, this year where you've given up quick goals against. I mean, this one's magnified where it was on the clock. Is it just a case of lack of focus, or is it just a bad break or a bad bounce?
Are you talking about the goals at the end? I don't know. You know what? I haven't seen the last 2 goals. I was on the bench, and it happened quickly, and I don't know exactly what happened, but it's not the first time that we've been scored on in the last minute of the game with the goalie pulled. So it's something we got to figure out.
Thank you, Kevin. Is there some positives to draw out of the comeback at all, or is it?
We had a good third period. We played well. We got a couple big goals, and up until the last couple minutes, we were in control. We went out and we were playing from behind, and we're almost better when we're playing from behind. I think we're attacking. We're not sitting back, and got some huge goals. And we should have closed that one though. I don't think anyone in here.
Kevin Bieksa in conversation with reporters. He talked about huge goals, and one of them came from Chris Tanev, who we go and get to chat with right now here in our BC Securities Commission post-game show. Chris, that's a wild one. You guys giving up a lot against early on in the way of chances, but that was quite a third period comeback, at least by your team, to start things.
Yeah, the second period, Eddie made a few really big saves there, a few turnovers, and Eddie kept us in there. And I guess for 18 and a half, I think in the third we dominated, and they couldn't generate anything until that face-off right there.
And what happened in the final minute and a half tonight?
They were better than us. They got the job done, and we didn't. That's basically what it comes down to.
I mean, I know you end up losing a hockey game. Are you able to look at some aspects, though? I mean, the way you attacked in the third period, I mean, is there something to draw off there?
Yeah, we definitely something to draw off. We were very good in the third, I thought, especially when we got the lead until, I guess, the last minute there. But they're trying to get through the neutral zone, and our forwards did a really good job of clogging stuff up and getting pucks deep. And just an unfortunate minute and a half for us there.
Talk about your goal tonight, Chris. I mean, it was a big uplifting one for your team and the building, and a nice finish after a pretty nice setup.
Yeah, I just jumped up, and Cass made a really good play. Got the shot off, and I got the puck back on the half wall, and I tried to hit Cass for a high tip and missed him, and went off someone and went in. So it's obviously good to get it to 2-2, but we lost the game there. So.
Defenseman Chris Tanev in conversation here with members of the media. We're going to head across the room and catch up with forward Zach Cassian. He had a big goal in this game as well.
Celebration or whatever. It was a little fragile, but
How frustrating was that end?
it's very frustrating, and we suck at shootouts. But there's a lot of positives we can build off that. Obviously, you don't want to let 2 goals in at the end of the period, but one, they hit it with a stick and it bounced over to the best player in the world, so that's a tough break. But I thought for that third period we came out and we were the better team, we were the hungrier team, and we need to build off that. Our goal is to be a great team by playoff time, and these mistakes are only going to make us stronger.
You had to suggest that the team is better when it's playing from behind. Do you concur with that? Do you agree?
Well, we've blown a lot of leads in the third period with less than a minute left. But it's just something we need to bear down and look at. Obviously, you guys are going to have your speculations and whatnot, but as a group in here, we need to just find a way. We need to learn. We're obviously going to look at a lot of tape at the end and just critique certain things, but that's something we need to learn from and move forward.
Even before the points started coming for you, you seemed like you had some jump tonight. You were involved physically. I think you had 6 hits through 2 periods. I mean, any sort of change to the mindset, trying to make an impression?
Well, no, you guys all know I wasn't playing that much. Started off a little bit, and then I went down in a bit, and I was healthy scratch and whatnot. And me and John had a couple meetings, and I just had to get back to my game and be good in the D zone, and from there everything else will take over, and that's what it's kind of doing. Working hard and focusing on my D zone, and the other stuff take care of itself.
Zach Cassian meeting with reporters here following this 5-4 shootout loss. Our final in-locker room interview here will be with forward Daniel Sedin. It's our live post-game show brought to you by the BC Securities Commission. For more info on how you can become a more informed investor, check out their website, investright.org.
It happens too many times for it to be acceptable.
And you mentioned the fact that it's frustrating. You never want to be able to give up a lead late in the game, but to give up 2 goals that quick apart when you're holding a 2-goal lead after a dramatic comeback, that's got to be one that stings.
Yeah, and it's happened too many times, I think. I mean, it's going to happen throughout the season a few times. That's understandable, but for it to happen this many times, I don't think that's not good enough. So it's too many points being lost late in games, and I think we are a good team that should be able to play with a lead, so that shouldn't be the problem.
Is there something missing? Do you think is it lack of focus, just panic? Can you put your finger on it?
I don't know. It's tough. I mean, I haven't really seen the goals either, so it's tough to pinpoint. But it's like I said, it's happened too many times for it to be acceptable.
You seemed in a lot of discomfort on the slap shot from Kevin Bieksa. Can you tell us what happened?
Yeah, I just got me in the stomach, so it's one of those things. But I got back.
Is it an easy night to draw from some positives? Because there were a lot of positives tonight. You're taking on the top team in the East, one of the best, well, the top point getter in the league. Can you draw on some of the good things as a group you did tonight?
I thought we played well for most parts of the night, but that doesn't change the things that they won the game. So it's right now we really need as many points we can get, and that's the frustrating part.
Daniel Sedin joining us here in the locker room following this frustrating 5-4 shootout loss to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Canucks will have a couple of days to think about it and prepare to get back to action on Friday here at Rogers Arena when they play host to the St. Louis Blues. This is our post-game show brought to you by the BC Securities Commission. For more info on how you can become a more informed investor, check out their website. It's www.investright.org. Stay tuned. Head coach John Tortorella is coming up in a few minutes.
thought we played, Richie won most of those faceoffs in that circle. He loses one, hits Kess in the ass, and it's in our net. And Tans makes the right play on the D to D. We get jammed up up the wall. Kunis makes a hell of a play, knocks it out of the air. Give them credit, but I don't think we can start trying to dissect it. We just have to find a way to continue and close out games. When we close out some games, we've got to try to rely on that and build on that. It's a long year. We got a point. I'm ecstatic we got a point. We picked up some confidence with some things that we're doing within the game. And so that's how we're going to approach this as we get to our next day of work.
Is this team fragile right now?
Sure it is, yeah. Yeah, but that's part of it. That's part of growing as a team. Teams go through it. I'm not sure if you go through this stuff here, especially the way tonight went. I don't think many teams do. But that's what's on us. And, I think it's fragile. I think all teams get in this state. It's how quickly you can get out of it. That's the important thing for our club right now, is how to change the momentum. I thought we changed the momentum within the game tonight. It could have gone either way there. When it's 2-0, Eddie makes a couple of big saves, and then I thought we changed the momentum within the game, but we didn't finish it. So we have to continue to concentrate on those parts of the game and try to build off it.
What do you think about Eddie last night?
Eddie made some big saves for us. Yeah, especially when it was 2-0. They had a couple of really good chances that could have got out of hand. So I thought he made some big saves at key times then.
How about Santorelli on the top line with the Sedins there?
Okay. He was okay. We still need more.
John, you had 13 combined hits from Sestito and Cassian. Is this something you've been looking for all season, for those two to play big like that?
Well, Tommy's played that way. Cass, that's a part of his game that he's improved at. I think we need that. We have St. Louis is coming in here our next game. We're going to need that against that type of team. Cass is beginning to get consistent, and I think he's finding his game through that. But that's part of us growing as a team. It needs to come from more people, and it hasn't of late. And again, it's not about running people through the wall. It's just about being hard to play against. We still have a lot of improvement in that part of the game. And I thought tonight we got some more out of other people, but we certainly are not consistent enough with that.
When you saw Sestito dangle past the defenseman and almost score, he seemed to be a completely different player than he was in the first half.
He's improving. He's probably one of our most improved players this year from the start of the year to now. I didn't see the penalty. I'm not sure what happened there in the third period. Yeah. But he has improved. He has improved away from the puck. And the ice time he's getting, he deserves. And so hopefully it'll continue.
For the fact that Henrik didn't take a face-off, it's pretty clear he's playing through something. Can he be effective in
Sure.
this current condition?
Sure. Yeah. He wouldn't play if he couldn't be.
Should the two players that sat tonight, was that a message to them or just as much a message to the team?
Well, if you want to, I think when you sit people, everybody says, "Oh, it's a message." Dale Weiss wasn't doing the things he needs to do. David Booth was not doing the things he needs to do. I don't make those decisions. They do with their play. So Archie comes in and Ferriot. I'm not sure what happens the next game. I'm not sure if they're ready. But it's not just going to be them. They need to contribute. That's all I'm asking, is just to contribute in some way, and I don't think they have. So they don't play. So is it a message? I think it's just, you're telling me you're not going to contribute, why use you? So that's the way we'll go about it, and we'll see what happens with some other guys as we keep on playing here.
Thank you, Torres.
Thank you.